Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and today's video is knives from different countries. We're going to do 5 knives fast. 5 knives from 5 different countries. Starting off, this knife is Dagger knives. These are made in Russia. Now, this is the button lock PARROT. So, it has a dagger style blade shape with a screaming skull clip and a glass breaker. This thing is massive. It is a huge, huge knife, and it is riding on a button lock. But the button lock is technically a liner lock, as you can see. So it's a very strong button lock. You know, it's very similar to a liner lock, just with a button. So very, very awesome. And it is very, very smooth. The flipper is a bit high up, and it's very difficult to flip because the handle's so big. So I like to grip it from the side like this. Then you can flip it from the side because you're moving the leverage in a different direction. But you can also just push the button and swing it. So as soon as you push the button, the blade will drop out, and you can use momentum to flip it out. D2 steel. G10 scales with steel liners that are milled out. I'm sorry, micarta. This is micarta handles with steel liners. Black micarta. Pretty well done. The fit and finish are done really well on these, and there are other Dagger knives besides this one. This is not their only model. Now, next is a knife from the USA. Let's just get one out of the way from the USA. We have this one is a gravity knife. You use this button, basically you squeeze it and it opens up the handle, and then it allows the blade to roll out. You do have to get used to it, but this is the PARAGON Warlock. We have an S30V double-edged dagger blade. Aluminum scales. There are so many different options of these. You can get them in titanium. You can get multiple different blades, blade finishes. Lots of options with this. I will link these down in the description. They are USA made. And once you get used to them, it's actually very easy to use. It just takes a little bit. You got to get used to not squeezing the bottom of the handle, because otherwise your blade can't get out. So you got to get used to kind of squeezing up here and allowing all your leverage to be up at the top, and then swinging it out. And then you can freely swing it back and forth. It does have a very cool sound. You can rapidly deploy it. The ergos are very comfortable in both grips. Even though it does have the tapering handle, it's still thick enough to where your pinky and ring finger get a really good grip. And then this swells up, so it prevents you from sliding up the blade, and it does have texturing. So yeah, very cool. Somewhat of a self-defense knife, but pretty awesome all the way around. And very unique. Next, we have a Taiwan-made knife in Vanex steel. Vanex is an incredible steel, possibly the best steel, arguably, on the planet, because it has incredible edge retention, and it is basically stain proof. Yes, it's basically the highest level of stain resistance. Just about anything that is considered a steel can technically patina or corrode, but this is as high as you can get without it corroding. It is basically corrosion proof. Thumb stud action, it is on, oh yeah, also, I forgot to say, the whole knife is corrosion proof. Titanium scales, the liner is made out of LC200N steel, which is another steel. It's more of an affordable steel compared to Vanex, because Vanex is an expensive steel, but LC200N is a great knife steel. It's actually used on a lot of blades, but in this case, they're using it for the liner lock, so it's also very, very corrosion resistant. Then you have the phosphor bronze washers, titanium scales, and marine grade stainless steel. So pretty much a corrosion-proof knife that is slim, sleek, good-looking. The blade is a hollow ground drop point or straight clip point blade. Very thin geometry. Look at how thin that blade is. So this thing is going to pass through materials very nicely. Great EDC knife. Let's get to the next one, and that was Taiwan. Next is Japan, and we have one of the most iconic knives on the planet, or special knives. This is a very special knife. This is a ROCKSTEAD Higo. You can see me right there, and then you can see my lovely wife Kara back there. Hey. Hi. It is so incredible because of its steel and heat treat. It's using ZDP 189 heat treated to around 67 HRC. It is so hard, and basically this steel, if not heat treated to that high of an HRC, it's, you know, more of a mid-grade steel. But when you heat treat it this high, which it has the abilities to do, this thing becomes a super steel. So this thing will cut for an incredibly long time before it will start going dull. And in this case, it has a convex zero grind. So you can see there's no edge bevel. So the entire grind is the edge bevel, mirror polished. Then we have this beautiful wood that contours, making this thing extremely comfortable. It is very smooth, even though it is not like a false shut action knife. You can thumb flick it still, and I can technically reverse flick it, but it takes a little while till they get that smooth. This one is beautifully and nicely broken in. So comfortable. Yeah, just a gorgeous knife. And you can actually see, if you look, let me find it really quick, the spot where they heat treated it at, or sorry, did the HRC test at, is right there. You see a little dot? That is where they tested for the HRC, like they do all their knives. Perfectly centered. The entire knife, the fit, the finish, the tolerances are on another level. Stop pin is a nice big giant stop pin. The lockup is rock solid. It is a gorgeous knife, and this one does not come with a lanyard, but it does come with a leather pouch that has the tool, so you can maintenance it and take it apart and stuff. And yeah, awesome knife. That was Japan. And this is the first time this one's making an appearance on this channel, but this is a Ukrainian knife. So this was made in Ukraine. You can see the name of the company, BPS Knives. I will link them down in the description. I do have one more of these coming, so there will be another video, but we'll show it off really quick. Obviously, you can see this beautiful leather sheath, and then we have this beautiful fixed blade with a Scandi grind. Let me wipe off some of the fingerprints. We do have a Scandi grind on it, and you can see right there, made in Ukraine. With 1095 steel. Is it 1095? No, sorry, 1066 steel. Carbon steel, 1066 carbon steel. So it's a very tough steel. Amazing ergos. Very comfortable. This is going to be a bushcrafter's dream knife. This is full tang. It does have a sharp spine. This thing will definitely throw sparks with no problem. The Scandi grind is going to make it really good for whittling and doing woodwork and things like that. The steel's super tough, so you can get by with some chopping and some batoning. So yeah, awesome knife, and I'm really excited to get a couple more knives from them because these are extremely affordable. Like very affordable. I believe a lot of them are handmade, if not all of them. So very awesome. And yeah, the wood grain is really nice on these, and like I said, they make many other knives. If you hit the link that I'm going to put down in the description, you'll see that they have a ton of different fixed blades and all different sizes, different grinds, shapes, so on and so forth. This is one that I picked out of two. I picked another one that should be here within a week or two. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. This just seems, you know, like it would work perfectly for outdoors, for just about anything I could throw at it. I believe the Dutch Bushcraft boys tested one, either this exact one or one very similar to it. This blade, or sorry, the grind to sharpen this would be very easy. I'll actually, when I do, I'll do somewhat of a full review on this, or at least, you know, something as far as sharpening goes. I will do a video on sharpening this so that I can teach people how to sharpen this, because it's actually so easy for everybody to sharpen a Scandi grind. So I will definitely do a video on that. And before we end this, I do want to shout out to one of the commenters. Anthony, this video is for you. I love you guys. Peace.